What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Wise Guys. It's NFL Week 3. We got the bets. We're like Arby's, but instead of the meats, we got the bets for you. NFL Week 3. We crushed it because Week 2, and I got, of course, legendary Philadelphia sports radio superstar, Anthony Gargano.
What's up, buddy? Oh, it's the Don Geekus.
I got to tell you something, cuz with your help, my bankroll continues to climb week after week. It's getting ridiculous. Okay. To start the season, I'm just going to go to the old tracker. We are 12 wins, 5 losses with two ties. I'll take it. ROI 26% up. This is just 2 weeks into the season. In the Sharp App Discord, suck a bet last week, suck a bet teaser plus 320. We crushed it.
That's fantastic.
Love the teasers. Had a little never in doubt. Actually, I was a little in doubt. A little in doubt on that. The Giants comeback helped out a little bit there.
Yes, it did.
What did I
did
tell
not
you?
expect. Listen, I didn't expect them to fall behind like that.
What did your boy tell you before the season started about Danny Dime a dozen? I said he's good. He's good.
He's going to get crushed tomorrow night.
It's not going to be pretty tomorrow. Listen, let's not go crazy.
He's good against Arizona's defense.
Yeah, it's good against Arizona. Let's not go crazy against the 49ers. But good start to the season for the Wise Guys. And I hope people who have been watching have been tailing, of course, entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. But I hope you guys have been tailing the bets, tailing the plays, and just having fun this NFL season. It's been pretty chalky so far, if you ask me, on the season.
Yeah, week 3 is kind of scary because there's a lot of kind of mismatches too. And this is the trap. It feels like a trap weekend. What did I saw? I saw on one of the VSiN, maybe somebody said it's trap weekend and it's trap Sunday. And I kind of, it's a little worrisome. But let's analyze it because I think, listen, it wasn't Sunday night. Your Dolphins come up big.
Got to play the Dolphins, man. We had a big bet on the Dolphins on Sunday night. 3-unit play from my boy Anthony. Everybody tailed it. That was one of my favorite bets of the year. I kept pouring more on it. By the way, shout out to the sports books for giving away free money every single weekend. I'm just like, I just
cocky now.
What's that?
Let's not get cocky.
Well, no, when I say free money, I don't mean the easy money bets. I'm talking about I open my accounts and everything's risk-free bet. They are dying for you to play there.
Right, I got you.
So I'm going through. I got about 6 sports books here in New York. If you're in Philly, you've got 20 of them. And they're just you open it up and it's promo bet. For every single thing, there's a $50 bet free, no risk, $100 bet. I'm like, okay, boom. I'm just hammering them everywhere.
Yeah.
I love it.
For you, buddy. So, I thought you were getting cocky. I'm like, we don't ever get cocky.
No. I don't even like to talk about I could be up 30-0 and I got a +7 and I don't want to say a word until the end of the fourth
quarter. Karma. He's got to play the karma game, man.
Absolutely. Cannot mess with the karma. So we're back for another week. So we're going to talk about primarily, we can mention the Thursday night game. You got the 49ers at home taking on the Giants, 10-point spread here. And just a quick discussion of this. I love teasing this bet down. It will be part of my suck a bet teaser. I'm just going to take this down by 7.5. Get me the number within 3, but I think the 49ers roll at home.
Yeah, short week, Barkley, no Barkley. I think it's a tough spot for the Giants to come in there short week like that. They stayed out there, which is smart. But
did they? Okay, they were in Arizona, so that's a plus.
Yeah. But listen, it's just a tough. It's hard when you go and short week on the road against the defense like that. Again, I'm with you. To me, it can only look Niners. I hate laying double digits. But I'm not overly impressed. And I'm not overly impressed with the Giants defense. They're not good. They have not. They've gotten obliterated. If you look at that first half, they went up there. Arizona went up down the field. They couldn't stop them.
Dobbs was out there looking like the next coming of, I'm trying to mention, who's the quarterback in Philly? No. Who's the running quarterback in Philly? Oh my goodness.
Hurts?
My head. What's that?
Jalen?
No. The original.
Randall? Randall Cunningham?
Randall Cunningham was the man. Yeah, he was out there looking like Randall Cunningham. I don't know what's going on.
I can name you every Eagles quarterback since 1980.
No, who is the QB of the 90s though? I forget his name now. Oh my gosh.
Well, you go. It's funny because you go Jaws. Ron Jaworski was a great. Into Randall Cunningham, right? And then after Cunningham, you had the Rodney Pete, if you remember that name.
I know Rodney.
I love Rodney. And then he does radio out in L.A. Ty Jetmer. You had Bobby Hoying for a little bit, and of course that all leads into Donovan McNabb.
Donnie McNabb. That's who I'm thinking of. McNabb. Yeah, that's I don't know how the name escapes.
Number 5 will always love you.
I feel like Philly never embraced Donovan McNabb the way you could have.
Listen, trust me, it was kind of a two-way deal. All right. Listen, they loved him early. It was a very complicated relationship.
You know where there's a complicated QB relationship right now? Chicago. Did you hear what's going on with Justin Fields?
Yeah. Tell our audience.
Apparently he's blaming the coaching. Not a good scene up in Chicago
He's
right
frustrated. I mean, you could see it. Like, he was expected to have a big year. 2 games into the season, he struggled mightily. And look, they're talking already. There's stories. Hey, this is it. If he doesn't get it together this year, it's turnover time. They're going to move on from him. There's all this stuff. And you can see the kids feeling the pressure. So the first thing he does is blame the coach, blame somebody else. It's tough, you know?
That's a bad spiral. We saw Daniel Jones the other, the confidence wasn't there. All of a sudden, the confidence comes in and he's good. I think that could happen with Fields. Like it can change on a snap. I think it might still. It's too early in the season.
He's got to become a better thrower. I mean, listen, part of it, he's not wrong. Like look at what Shane Steichen's doing with Anthony Richardson. I mean, that looks like a real offense.
He looks good.
He looks like a real offense. And he's a kid who, listen, I loved him in college, but he was too spotty. And you go, I don't know if he's ready. He's more of a project. He's got him balling.
He does not look like
he's balling, man. Good coaching.
And throwing it well. The part that blows my mind is throwing it well. What?
Oh, yeah.
Where did that come from? So I can't wait. If Richardson is, I'm telling you, get on the train, get on the fantasy train with Richardson, because once it leaves the station, you're going to feel weird. It's like you ever see a stock and you wanted to buy it, right? Yeah. And then it's up like 50% the next day or something crazy. Now I'm not buying it. Now it's too late. You don't want to miss the train. You got to get on the Richardson bandwagon now before it's too late.
Well, speaking of Richardson, that's the first game against Baltimore. And, it's interesting because I like the total. I like over in the game, 45.5. I think both of those teams will score, because I think Richardson and that Colts offense is actually will score. We'll put up some points. That interests me more than the number itself.
He is in concussion protocol, cuz.
Yeah.
And I am not of the mind that in today's NFL, I think there's like how we're all used to guys coming back from concussion the next week. I think the Tua thing last year is going to change that permanently.
Maybe it could go either way. I got news for you. The Minshew mania was in Philadelphia for a little bit. I think Steichen's a good offensive mind, and I think he'll put up points. I like the over, and I think Baltimore's defense is good. It's not great, and I know Baltimore will move the ball.
7.5 points. So are you laying 7.5 for Baltimore? I would say no.
I'm staying away.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a.
I mean, again, I like Richardson, so if he plays, then I'm not comfortable laying that.
I feel like if Richardson plays,
we're doing this on Wednesday night, so a lot changes. I've seen guys play, I've seen guys sit, so we'll see.
I feel like if Richardson's playing, you take the 7.5, or you add it to the teaser, add some more points, but you go on the Colts side, not on the Baltimore side.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, it's a game for me. I don't trust it, because listen, Baltimore has got a good offense, man. You wait till they get in their rhythm; they're going to put up points. That's why I'm telling you, I like the over.
I still haven't seen everything I want out of Zay Flowers, but it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
The big game is coming.
Listen, but look at the offense. I know you lose Dobbins, but let's face it, right? You got Andrews back, healthy, looks good. that offense could. He's got multiple weapons.
Should be good. Should be good. Titans at the Browns. Deshaun Watson.
Ugh.
He's not looking that great out there. He did not look good on Monday night.
You were on the Steelers last
Yeah,
week.
it's a tough matchup, but what's going on here? So if you've been betting the Titans and taking the plus money every week, you've been making money this season.
Yeah,
They're covering.
I come back again. Look, you're without perhaps the best back in the NFL, and you're going to put it on his shoulders. Give me the dog every day.
Yeah, I'm about it. I think this is one of the bet spots where you take Titans plus 3.5. I like Derrick Henry in this game. Also, I think the Titans offense will just do what they always do, which is keep it close and cover the spread, win or lose. Deshaun Watson still not back to form. Is what it is. How about this one,
I
cuz?
don't know if he'll ever. Now I'm questioning whether he'll ever be. I mean, he looked bad.
The Steelers are a good defense. Like I don't know. How badly do I want to hold it against him that one game, or is this
He didn't look good the
indicative?
first game either, even though they won.
No, he didn't look good, and he didn't look good last year. There's not a good statistical output from Watson yet.
And know this, and know that Tennessee can play defense. That's a guy who knows how to coach defense.
They stop the run for sure. But Tennessee is really adaptable. That's the thing about this Titans defense. They really adapt well. Like if the Browns don't have much going on at running back, they will adapt that defense and take out.
I like Tennessee.
Yeah. Falcons at the Lions here, up 3.5. Because I came on your show in the preseason. I said this kid Bijan is a beast. I said take him in the first round. Do not be scared to take Bijan right at the top of the first round. I feel still, and listen, we're only 2 weeks in, but I feel very good about having said that. This kid looks like an animal out there, getting carries, even splitting a little bit with Algier. He is doing his thing. The Falcons are 2-0. What? Are you kidding me right now? They're 2-0. And by the way, on our show where we talked about preseason bets, we talked about the Falcons as potentially a sleeper to win that division. Better than the Saints potentially in that. Listen, it's only 2 games in. I'm not taking a victory lap, but that looks pretty good right now. They're taking on the Lions, cuz Lions are minus 3.5 in this one. We discovered, what did we discover last week? Montgomery out, maybe, possibly. We might have Jahmyr Gibbs' season in this game, which I'm excited to see personally.
Yeah, I'm down the same. He's so quick, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, to me, I like Detroit. I like him a lot. I buy the half though, as you should. Break it down to 3 or shop around. See if you can find any 3s. Buy the hook, shop around, lay the Lions in 3.
I like it. I'm on board. I didn't have a strong play on that game, so I'm going to join you
I like Detroit
on the line side. But I definitely agree. It's nice to get that one, get that half point out of there. Get it out of there. Saints at the Packers. Saints are
one of my favorite games of the day.
This feels like a big cuz bet. I know you're big on the Packers here. Saints never good on the road. Packers only -2. Saints didn't look that good to me against Carolina.
You got a 2-0 team, right? People go, "Oh, the Saints, they're still kind of public." I love Jordan Love. I do. I think the kid can play. I am high on the Packers. I like the Pack a lot in this game.
It's funny. The Packers are kind of doing it right now without their stars. Also,
right. Aaron Jones was out.
Yeah, Christian Watson being out, I think is a
and he's a huge threat for them. It's a stretch the field guy.
It's a real blow for the team, but it does feel like this is another spot. The Saints just play badly on the road, and this just feels like another spot where the Packers can get it done. They're only -2. Yeah, you got to go that way. So Packers.
I like Green Bay a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Pizza too. I mess around with that one. Game could get out of hand.
Saints don't have much going on at running back either. By the way, they lost Javonte Williams.
You're waiting for Kamara.
You got one more week till Kamara. They might get Kendry Miller back for this game, but a rookie hasn't played yet. I don't know how scared I'm going to be of that situation. So the Saints might have some trouble moving the football with Tony Jones Jr. as the prime running back if that's how it goes. This one's interesting. Broncos at the Dolphins, cuz 6.5 point favored. Dolphins 48.5 point total.
All right, so I don't have a play on this game, but here's the deal. Be wary of teams coming off New England because New England has a physical defense or physical up front. That was a good game Sunday night. It was and the Dolphins were terrific. And
The
listen,
Patriots were really good. I have to give them credit.
they have a really good defense. So, and I remember more when Baltimore's defense was really good early 2000s and even beyond, just the style in which they played, they beat you up. And the Dolphins got beat up. So while I'm not interested in back in Denver, especially how bad they look, I mean, they had to throw that to Hail Mary just to kind of get within two of Washington. I don't, I don't like Ross the way he looks. He still looks slow to me. A little better than last year, but he's still not getting away from people. That offensive line's not great. So clearly the Dolphins are a better team, but I'm afraid. I think this is a trap game, and I think Denver plus the points is probably the way to go. I wouldn't play it, but I think I have a strong feeling that that game's going to be tight. And I think you got to be careful of how Miami comes back off of the New England game. They're going to be beat up a little bit early.
I'm not backing Russell Wilson on the road. I don't care what's going on. There's no way I'm betting it. I would
Right.
not put my money on that side. Again, this is another one where that 6.5 point is really comfortable just to bring it back down under 3 and parlay it up.
Oh, you're going to play it? You're going to play the Dolphins?
I'm going to be on the Dolphins
side.
Oh,
you're going to tease them?
All right. Yeah. I'm just going to bring the number down. I expect them to win. And I could lay minus 300. I'm not doing that. So I'd rather just tease it in there with another spot. I know it's like lame to bet teasers, but I like winning a lot.
Yeah,
I like winning. I enjoy.
Listen, I mean that is a teaser play. Like 6.5 is a teaser spot for a team like Miami.
Bring it down to half a point and pair it up with multiple spots this week that look really strong. All right, Cuds. Chargers, Vikings.
Oof. How about the Chargers, man? I like them coming into the year. A big Herbert guy. Oof. They are yikes.
Coaching's important in the NFL.
Dude, that's why I told you about Steichen. I like Steichen. I think he's a good coach. We're Colts, and I look at, again, they screw up. I mean, Brandon, he's the worst. He's the worst.
I think Herbert is good. They never put a full game together. They need to get a full game.
I mean, let's face it. They moved the ball up and down. They lost on a great play against Miami. So it's not like they stink, but they come back last week and it's funny because they got to settle for a short field goal in the first quarter instead of getting 7. That's been their curse. They have only so many opportunities, right? They come back, they tie it, right? They go overtime and then you lose. I mean, that's kind of what they are.
So we have 2 teams now in the Vikings and the Chargers that, listen, coming into the season, supposed to be good. 0-2.
I didn't like the Vikings coming into the season.
Yeah, that's fair. And you know what? Definitely didn't. And Vikings were a bit of a paper tiger last season. We talked about it all year. We bet against them in the playoffs. But both teams are 0-2 because there's a lot of pressure on these teams to get a win. I thought Kirk Cousins, the captain, looked really good last week on Thursday Night Football, even though they didn't pull it out. He looked good in the game. Team cannot run the football. They just actually Cam Akers was just traded to the Vikings a couple hours ago. Doesn't make a difference. No chance.
No, I like the Chargers. Listen, I saw the Vikings last week. Obviously, they played my Eagles, and again, I didn't think that was a game. I mean, I know it was close, but it really was. Like, I never felt like the game was in jeopardy. And the Eagles haven't been clicking yet. Early, they're a little hangover, rust, whatever you want to call it.
They're going to get the defense going a little bit.
Well, they've been banged up, right? They should have been banged up. And even offensively, they're not in the super gear yet. Teams, listen, I like Brian Flores. I think Brian Flores has done a great job. And they don't have the personnel on defense, but he called a great game against the Eagles. Like, they took away the RPOs, the RPRs. That's what Belichick did in the first game. So listen, he's a good DC. I think it's a shootout. I think it's a fun game, and I'll take the Chargers to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's just -1. This is effectively a pick 'em. I like Chargers as well. I'm just not a Vikings believer,
No,
but I'm not picking. This is not a game that I will have money on. So I'm not betting
I'm
this one.
going to make an official play. I'm going to take Chargers for the official play. It's
That's
gonna
an
be
official cosplay. I am standing out of that one. Too
yeah.
close.
I got you.
Too close of a game. All right, next up we got I don't know. I don't think we covered this one. The Patriots at the Jets. Patriots are coming in as 2.5-point road favorites. And obviously they had the big game against Miami. Patriots Mac Jones in week 1 looked pretty good.
I didn't think he looked terrible Sunday night.
No, he's been fine. Totally competent.
I didn't think he looked bad. I mean, listen. I mean, again, your boy Zach. To me, it's an automatic fade. Belichick against Zach Wilson. As it's a shame because Garrett Wilson is just a man, right? He's just a man. But I just don't see. I can't see Zach Wilson beating Belichick. So to me, I think you're getting it cheap.
The other thing is the Pats are 0-2. They're going to go 0-3. This team's not that bad. I will say they did a disservice. The Patriots just did a disservice by not having wide receivers on the team. I think that probably was a mistake. Yeah. I think message to NFL teams, don't not have wide receivers. I don't think that's a good way.
You might need wide receivers. Yeah, I think that's right.
You're going to have a couple of guys. It doesn't even have to be names, just live bodies out there. Get me someone. Yeah. They got nothing.
No.
This is a close game for me. I'm not betting the Patriots -2.5. The Jets defensively might slow them down. It could be just an ugly game, and that it might be a 1-point game. There's no way. Even 2.5 is too much to lay in this game on either side. If you like the Patriots to win, I would just take the money line at -150. I would even effectively just take the win. It's going to be a close game. Or
I agree. I think you're right about that. I mean, listen, you don't need to screw around. You can back it up. Again, in the era of going for 2 and everything else, that 3 is not as pronounced as it used to be. So I'm fine with just go money line. I like New England. I think they win the game.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me. Again, being a Jets fan, it doesn't cloud my betting. I don't think I don't operate that way really, but man, they have a good defense. They might just run it and play defense but then again, the Belichick curse of just being really good. Normally the Jets should win a game like this, just on just playing defense and running the football.
I got a funny parlay. I just want to see what you think. All right.
I love a fun parlay.
It's a 4-team money line parlay.
4-team money line. Sounds like my soccer bet teaser.
It's just be a fun little pizza bet. See what the odds are. Could you plug it in?
Hang on. I can do it. I can do it right here on screen. Actually, let's show it. I'll show it and do it right here on screen. Let's see if I can make it work on this BetMGM app over here. So, all right, what do we got?
All right, Lions money line. Green Bay money line.
Packers. We got I feel like I passed the Lions. Yeah, here we go. Packers. Lions.
Patriots. Chargers.
This is going to be a big money parlay, cuz. Plus 800.
I think that's a fun little play.
Yeah, I'm good with this. And what I like is you took these are all close games.
Right. I mean, listen,
plus
again,
800. You're not going to hit plus 800 every day.
No, I just think that's got a little juice to it. I'd throw in Buffalo too. Throw the Bills in. See if that brings it up to
take you
1,000.
plus 1,100.
Perfect.
Wait, there's more. Wait a minute. If we're going there, I say we just dive in. All right.
What else you want to throw in there?
Take the 49ers. Sure.
Yeah, put the 49ers in there.
Let's see here. You didn't put the Titans in there. That'll really send it flying.
No.
Let's see here. Dolphins at home. No, you said that's a trap. Fine, we stay away from it. Seahawks. Chiefs against the Bears. I don't even know if you want to put that in there. Angry Fields, but you could
I
put.
would put Seattle because I think it's only 6, and I don't see Carolina beating Seattle in
I,
Seattle.
I don't see Seattle. And how about the Cowboys? I threw that in there too. They're not losing to the Cardinals. Hell no.
No, throw it
All
in
right.
there.
Fun time wise guy teaser.
Yeah,
Or not
well,
wise
parlay.
guy. The wise guy parlay. You
Yeah,
ready
pizza
for
parlay.
this?
Call it the pizza
Plus
parlay.
2100, 21x.
Yeah, do it.
I like it. 21x. We're gonna hold that in there. Pizza bet, pizza money, 21
parlay.
times your money, $10 pays you 210. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. Pizza bet.
That's pizzas and cheesesteaks all week for the Philly peoples. All week long.
That's great.
All right. Let's keep going here. Got a couple games left that we haven't covered yet. Bills at the Commanders. We already kind of talked part of the teaser. They're -6.5. I think you. I mean, this is a.
I think they hammer Washington. I think they again. There's your teaser. Like that's a great teaser.
Yeah,
6.5. Are you kidding me?
There are a lot of good tease opportunities this week. A lot of these 6 and 9 points.
The only thing that scares me is like it could be bloodbath weekend, right? Like something crazy happens in Washington. Who knows? But yeah, I can't back Washington. I know they won in Denver. They're not beating Buffalo.
They won in Denver because Denver's not good. The Bills have not looked the greatest this year either, but they have enough to beat.
They started to get I thought, get a little bit better last week.
This is what happens. Elite offenses take a minute to get into sync. We talked about it before the league started. There's no reason we should be surprised.
That's right.
And the Chiefs also. The Chiefs will be in form in a couple weeks, but they're just not there yet. Jaguars. This was a gross one. I mean, what a disastrous performance for the Jaguars last week. They're -9.5 though at home against the Texans. Yeah, I like the way the Texans are playing because I got to say this before you kind of talk about this number, -9.5 for the Jaguars, 44-point total. Texans, I like what they're doing. They're throwing the ball. CJ, they're letting him throw.
I like it too. Yeah, it's good. I enjoy. I like these young quarterbacks, man. I'm looking forward. Like Anthony Richardson, we talked about earlier, and Stroud. It's fun. I want to see my man in Carolina.
I was gonna say Young hasn't impressed me all that much yet.
No, he hasn't, but I want to see Bryce, and I want to see him. Again, he doesn't have a lot. He's another one that doesn't have any weapons.
Because I'm a fan of the Short Kings. The Short Kings.
Oh, you love the Short. You do. I know you love them.
I like the Short Kings. Like Tank Dell's my guy, 5'6".
Yeah, you like short.
Give me some Bryce Young, 5'9", pretending to be 5'10". I'm about it. I want to see him succeed.
I like it.
Makes me feel like I could have played in the NFL. You don't think so? I'm not saying they never tested my athleticism because I never got past the height issue.
You could have been a punter.
Could have been something.
Yeah.
The Short Kings. Speaking of the Panthers,
Seattle.
Let's go back to this. Texans Jaguars here. Are you taking a side? I don't think you could bet the Jaguars at -9.5 unless you're out of your damn mind. As a matter of fact, because it's so crazy to bet the Jaguars, I like the Texans, and I think you take the +9.
I wouldn't do that, but I hear you. I would rather do that than lay it. So I hear you.
No way I would lay it. Not for this. Not in that one. Hell no.
I'm not touching that game. I'm not touching the Chiefs and Bears.
Wait, let me ask Smokey if I should lay the 9.5 on the Jaguars.
Hell no, fuck with your shit.
Hell no.
I like a little drop. That's good one.
A little something. A little surprise for Cuz over here. Where are we? Panthers at Seahawks. Yeah, Panthers at the Seahawks. The aforementioned Bryce Young did not look good either of the first 2 weeks of the season.
No, I mean, listen, I'd lay it with Seattle. I mean, I'm not in love. Seattle hasn't looked great, but I'm not in love with that Panther team at all. I think it's going to take a while. So I would lead Seattle all day.
Yeah, Seattle defense here should dominate. Bryce Young is full of mistakes. I mean, expect multiple turnovers every game. I don't see anything different happening here. And Pete Carroll knows how to win when the other team's turning the football over. He's just going to run the football. Look for the overs on Kenny Walker yardage, over on Kenny Walker to score a touchdown. All of those props come into play in a game like this. So look for the Kenny Walker props.
I like it.
That's what
I
they're going
think
to
it's
do.
good.
All right. So this is a big game, cuz. And Justin Fields talks shit. Now this week, the Bears are at the Chiefs. They're 12.5-point underdogs. Justin Fields opened his mouth. Talk about the coach. Now it's time to put up or shut up. You can't come off flapping the gums and then play terrible again. Can he turn it around here and make a game of this?
Against Spags? I don't think so.
You're skeptical.
Yep.
Well, you lay in the full 12.5.
No.
Can't lay it.
Too many points.
Yeah. Can't lay it.
Too many points.
I'll tell you where you can lay the 12.5 here. Cowboys at the Cardinals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Man, they look scary. Oh, God. And I'm a Cowboy hater. They look scary. Their defenses.
They've looked this way before, and then something happens.
Yeah. It feels a little different, but
did I tell you before the season that getting rid of Zeke is a net positive?
Yeah, no. When you listen, I agree with you.
It is.
I still, I think Dak's done a pretty good job in the West Coast, but again, they haven't played anybody, so and they're not playing anybody this week either. So
another easy win.
It's one thing, you're playing, you let's face it, three donkeys in a row.
100%. But
now they look good, so I don't want to, I'm not shortchanging it, but
listen, it's week 3
I want
of
to
the
see.
season.
I think their defense is obviously legit. Everybody knows that, but I want to see that West Coast work.
For me, the Cowboys have already elevated, and I know they haven't played anybody. They're already elevated for me into the discussion of the top 3 NFC teams. I've got them at this point: San Francisco, Eagles, and the Cowboys. All 3 of them are now in that. They're all a
That's
layer
the tier.
above.
That's
they're a tier above the others. There is no other team that is hanging out. It's those 3. It's those 3.
Yep.
Who is a candidate to join the tier? Do you have think of an NFC team? Who's a candidate to join that tier? Like who? If one more team,
Detroit.
Yeah, and they're not there.
They're not, but I do like their defense. I like the way they play. Like they're well coached. They play for Dan Campbell, and I mean, look, they got a lot of weapons on offense.
Yeah, the offense looks really good in Detroit. I mean,
I don't know if you're like, I think we look at Goff and we kind of look at Goff and go, meh. But again, he's played well. I mean, I think he's got an offense to do it. Like, I was disappointed in how Seattle went down the field on them because I do think they have some talent up front. Their problems on the back end.
Yeah, I don't know that they're getting there. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
I mean, they let Geno throw. Here's the problem: they let Geno throw for 328.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You know who doesn't let Geno throw for 328? The Cowboys.
No.
I don't know that there's any team in the NFC right now. I was kind of thinking, I don't know. There's no one. Not Tampa. The Rams. Could they turn it all around and be good?
I take Detroit before I take the Rams.
I got nothing. I think it's a 3-team race in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, Green Bay. Somehow they get healthy. Maybe.
Yeah, with Love, I think they're always going to be a less good defense, a less good offense than the Eagles. I just don't see them catching.
I agree with you. I mean, again, you're asking me to come up with a team.
I can't think of any. There might not be.
Detroit, Green Bay. I mean, so they come up with other. But I think clearly you're right. It's those 3.
Yeah, which makes the Cowboys an interesting Super Bowl bet. Side note. All right, Sunday Night Football, cuz Steelers at the Raiders. Steelers 2.5-point underdogs. Just hate the game. Don't hate the player. Just hate the game.
I was talking about you with the Cowboys Super Bowl.
Well, you know what? It's legit. But as a betting, I don't care about teams. I don't have
I
fandom.
know.
I don't have fandom.
I
Like
know.
they're not. The odds are good for the Cowboys. The Steelers at the Raiders, 2.5-point road underdog Steelers. Both teams are
To me, coming off that win the other night. That's a trap in itself. That was a thrilling. That was a great game. Like that was a fun game. I think it's a tough spot for Pittsburgh. I don't like the game. I would lean Raiders, and the
I'm not.
Raiders
I'm not
aren't
betting
any
that one.
good, but I would lean Raiders.
Steelers better defense at home than on the road. This is
To me, it's a trap.
yeah, it's a tough one. Monday night doubleheader. I like the Monday night doubleheader. By
I
the way,
love it.
fan of it. You too.
Love it.
Is it just the first 2 weeks? Is this going to keep going? Like, what is the story with these? Did they
No.
plan this?
Yeah, they planned it because it's ABC. They're going to move everything to ABC.
I mean, how many more of these doubleheader? I'll take them all year.
I think this is it.
Oh
There's no
man,
more after that.
I was enjoying it. I thought it was great. I think they
I
should have
think it's a
spaced
great.
it
I
out.
wanted to do it but the Gargano plan had it every week.
Yeah, when they listen, somebody got. How are you not the commissioner?
I know. Thanks, buddy. I got
I
great
would vote.
ideas. I was
would vote for
saying
this.
years ago. I've said on the air. I wanted to go with an 18-game season, right? Double bye week. We turn March Madness into March Gladness because the Super Bowl is going to be the first weekend in March, and that's the season. Double buys, 18 games. You're going to go to 18 games. You have an odd game anyway. You play. Every team plays 2 games abroad, right? So you have 8 home games, and everybody plays 2 games abroad. You can mess around like that. You can grow the game internationally. People love it. Like but I would limit it. That'd be it. 18 games, no preseason or one preseason game. Get rid of that. Or
I'm voting for
call
Cuz
two
to commission.
preseason games and be done, and that's it.
I'm on board with the plan, but the Monday night football doubleheader. I mean, come on, that's
Well,
just
that would be part of it. I would have to double
yeah.
it, but I like it better when it's like 8 and 10:30.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they made them an hour apart. I wound up watching the first game because I'm watching the first game and I got into it. But the
You're
second
invested.
game
Yeah.
was the better game.
Yeah.
It was like I'm already starting to watch this game. I can't go away. I'm flipping around a little bit, but it wasn't like red zone. I'm watching a game.
Yep.
So yeah, they should space that out a little bit better. But yeah, Steelers the Raiders, not touching that one. Eagles at the Bucks. Eagles, is this the trap game? Why are the Eagles only 4.5-point road favorites?
Yeah, it's a shady line. It is. I mean, Tampa's 2-0, and we were on Tampa, if you remember.
Oh yeah, we
I've
bet
been on
Tampa
Tampa
week
both
1.
weeks.
Yeah.
But, dude,
I'm not betting them here.
I got news for you. That Eagle team, when they get it together, and I know the defense is a little shaky, but again, is that Tampa team? Is Baker going to make them pay?
Darius Slay shuts down Mike Evans, and what do they have left on that team?
That's what I mean. And I look at this, I look at the Eagles offense, and I know it hasn't been clicking the way it can. It will soon. I like the Eagles. I hate to, call me a homer.
It's not a homer spot. You got to.
I
don't
just
know.
think they out talent. They out talent Tampa, and I'm going to spit into the trap.
Sucker bet. I'm on it.
Yep, I'm on the sucker bet. It's a sucker bet. It is. You're right. It's a sucker bet. I'm taking my own words. You're feeding me.
It's a sucker bet, but I like the Eagle side too. There's no way I'm betting the Bucks. I think the Bucks have done well. I think we were on them. Now off the train.
Yep.
Sell high. Just sell high. Last game of the week. I like this one. The Rams, 2.5-point road underdogs at the Bengals.
It's a Rams line all day.
This is why I like it. Why would the Bengals be favored? What have they shown except for being horrible so far to start the season?
Yeah.
They need to turn it around, but they don't deserve the -2.5. The Rams have played well. The Bengals have not.
Here's the other thing.
They got to
The
take the points.
whole world will be on the Bengals.
Puka, 20
I love football.
targets,
Yeah.
15 receptions
So
in this one.
is he your DFS freak?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Puka's already too obvious. Puka's already everybody's DFS free. I got my own sneaky one. Like I'm liking the wide receivers from the Texans in DFS. They're just throwing so much in these games. I've never seen anything like it, to where you're giving me a 3.5K player that got
Nico,
10 targets last week.
you're a Nico man?
I played Nico. I was all about Nico last week. I got Nico on my fantasy leagues. Nico is a guy that I was on coming into the season. Not to say I was a Swami who knew. I just was like, you know what? I don't know who the WR1 is in Houston, but this dude is 6'4". He's big. He's fast. He's taken in the second round. I had him in dynasty teams. When you play dynasty, cause you get to know these guys when they're drafted. Like I know about Nico Collins because I drafted him in a dynasty.
I appreciate that. I'm one of these dudes. Like I'm a draft college football. You know, I like college football. I
Yeah,
don't
you're watching college football. You'd get to know them the real way. I do it
I
the
really
fake way.
enjoy them. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go to a college that played football. So I lost out on the experience. Like I didn't get
I
to
wish
go.
I did. I mean, I went to Temple, which I loved, but it wasn't a
They're not a
football.
great football school, but they have
Nah.
Division I sports.
Yeah, but again, I mean, like I would have loved going to some giant state school, and that would have been awesome.
Watching the Ohio State and Michigan rivalry and all that stuff. I would have liked it. I would have been the biggest fan ever now, but I just not. New York schools don't have college football. We don't have that. It is what it is. All right. That's going to do it for the wise guys, NFL week 3. Cuz appreciate you as always coming in. We are going to crush it. You crushed it last week. The bets did really well. So let's recap a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of spots here. A lot of spots.
All right. Let me just go quickly. I mean, we both like the Niners. I mean, just again, it's not interested in laying it, but if you're going to play it, you got to play the Niners. I like over in the Colts Ravens game. I like the Titans. We both like. Where you at with? You like Miami, right?
I like Miami.
I like the Bills. I like New England, Detroit. I love the Packers. We're both. You like the Texans? You have the Texans, right?
It's the Texans is a bettable side. Yeah, you got to bet the Texans there. Yeah.
I like the Chargers. I like Seattle. I mean, you can only bet the Cowboys. You can't bet Arizona. The Chiefs. I mean, you got to stay away from that game. The Sunday night game I actually like a lot. I like the Raiders. I think that's a trap game for Pittsburgh, and I like the Eagles on Monday night, and we both like the Rams.
I love it. Listen, for those of you guys watching, of course, we're brought to you by the Sharp app. I will have my sucker bet teaser parlay posted in my
put our pizza parlay up.
Oh, we got to get and the pizza parlay, of course. Well, I will post the pizza parlay as well. Just a pizza bet money line parlay plus 2,100. I'll have my sucker bet teaser and my new patented sleazy teaser. I got two kinds of teasers coming at you.
What a skeezer?
The sleazy teaser is the 13.5 pointer. Sucker bet.
Well, if that's a sleazy, it should be a skeezer. Then.
It's a sleazy teaser.
All right, I'm going to bed, man.
We've been winning these all season long. I like printing the money.
Yeah, there you go.
I play at DFS, I lose it, and then the sucker bet teaser, I bring it back. The account stays even. Come on to another week. That's how we do it. All right, cuz I appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
You're the man.